Hello, if you're new to the channel, hi, I'm Sara, thank you for being here. If you're not, you probably have noticed that I'm speaking in a different language. As I'm about to explain, this year is going to be a year of experimentation for me, and I thought it would make sense to also experiment a little bit on YouTube. Making videos in English is something that I wanted to experiment for a long time. I don't know if it's going to last, but I want to see how I feel. I hope you can be a bit comprehensive with all the experimentation I'm about to do in the beginning of the year. And without further ado, let's hop on to my plans for this year. First of all, I'm just going to give you a little bit of context on my last year of university. I graduated in July in law at Nova University of Lisbon, and for a long time during my final year I wanted to take a gap year, a travel gap year. I wanted to work in the first semester to gain some money and travel on the second semester. I even had mentoring sessions with people from Gap Year Portugal, which is an association that kind of creates awareness for the concept of gap years in Portugal because they are not very common. But my mom was kind of nervous that I was going to travel for such a long period by myself. I started searching for master degrees. I ended up applying for Maastricht University in the Netherlands. I was thinking on specializing in the field of social responsibility of companies in matters of environment and human rights. I already had everything taken care of. I was enrolled in the university, I had a house, I had the flight, I had everything ready. But I wasn't very excited. I was always trying to convince myself that it was the right option, that I was going to live abroad and that would be good for my independence and for my self-growth, that I was going to be with friends because I have 3 colleagues from my bachelor's degree that went to Maastricht, that I was going to study something that was really interesting. But even though I focused on these topics, I wasn't excited about going. The little voice inside my head was always saying, this is not what you really want to do. And I wasn't calm because I was going to invest not only in monetary terms but also in time terms in something that I wasn't sure that it was the thing that I really wanted to do. And honestly, I didn't trust in myself to have the courage to take a gap year after I graduated from my master's because I was further ahead on the path of law and I actually like the field of business and human rights. From a certain point of view, it would be easier if I didn't like the subject that I was about to study. But I liked that subject. I just didn't know if it was the thing I wanted to really commit to. And so I thought that maybe further down the road, from like 10 years from now, if I wasn't happy working in that field, I would think, when I graduated from my bachelor's degree, I should have had experimented psychology or communications or marketing or media or whatever. And so I decided to take a gap from law and to invest in my other interests in order for me to be sure of my decision regarding the master's and to not regret it in the future. One morning I woke up feeling super brave, and as I said, there was a part of me that knew that I really wanted to take this gap year, and so that part of me cancelled everything. I then had a moment of, oh my god, what have I done? But the next day, I already knew it was the right call because I was feeling much more peaceful with that decision, and I stand by it now. I'm super happy and I feel super proud of myself for having the courage to cancel everything. I'm not going to lie, it was a bit terrifying because just like that, from one moment to another, I had a blank space in my year. But that's kind of the magic of gap years. You have a blank space of time ahead of you and you can just feel it the way you want to, and that's marvelous. Without a plan, I would probably do nothing special, and then I would really regret my decision of not having gone to Maastricht, and I would feel really bad. So I knew I needed a very good plan. The questions I asked myself to help me get the plan going were, what are the interests you want to invest in and how can you invest in them? After that, having my finances in mind, I started excluding some things and realizing what were the best investments I could do with the money I had. And yeah, after that, I had my plan. I forgot to mention this before, but my plan isn't just professional, it is also personal. And so before I started looking for things to do, I did a priorities list and a goals list. and I decompose those goals and those priorities in specific activities. Only after that I started searching for the places where I could practice those activities. So where can I take this course? Where can I learn this skill? Where can I practice this sport? Etc. My goals/priorities for this year are to have a different routine from the one I had during the past 4 years. This is going to happen because my parents are going to move, so I'm about to live by myself with other people of my age. Besides, I will be much more in charge of my time, and so I will be able to do different things and to go to different areas of the city. Plus, I want to invest in 2 personal projects that are very important to me, one of which is YouTube. I want to produce regular content and also to have a better promotion. I'm currently taking a course on digital marketing that I think will help me with that. The other project is creative writing. I already found some contests I would like to participate in, and I want to take an online course on Coursera that helps me to learn some new writing techniques. Another goal I have is obviously to think about the next step of my life. I don't want to close the door of law, so I'm going to stay in the research centers I'm in, and I'm also going to do an internship in a law firm that was already agreed upon a few months ago. I want to see if psychology, content creation, and marketing are just side interests of mine, or if I want to pursue any of them in a professional way. I'm going to take a course on digital marketing and a course on digital content creation in professional schools, and a postgraduate degree on positive psychology in organizational contexts at a faculty of social sciences. That degree is not specific to people who have graduated in psychology, so I don't know if it goes very deep in psychology matters, probably not, but I think it will be enough for me to understand if I want to study psychology or if it's just a side interest of mine and I can just take some online courses in Coursera and read some books about it. Another 2 goals I have are to search for part-time to get some money and to volunteer on a weekly basis. Plus, I want to have some more time to read, to get to know more classics of cinema, to strengthen my friendships and relationships in general, and to study French by myself. As you can see, not all gap years have to be travel gap years. Of course, I want to go on a small trip every once in a while, but you can take a gap year and do many other things. My camera's battery is about to run out, so if I appear in a different angle, please don't hate me. I warned you this was about to happen. As I was saying, I thought I had a well-thought plan and a plan with purpose, but I was still afraid that people wouldn't understand the reasons why I was doing this. I was also afraid that I would feel the same way other people who take gap years feel like, consistently comparing themselves to others, feeling they took a step back, and feeling alone because they are not going through the same things other people are going through. In my case, studying at a master's level or getting their first job. However, I'm feeling everything but that. I'm very happy, and I know that eventually, if I feel like that, I just have to remind myself that I need to stay focused on my own path, focused on the goals I decided to pursue this year because they are good goals for me, and most of all, think that in a year I will be 22, I will be super young, so it's obvious that this won't be a wasted year. I look forward to get to know myself and what I want, not only at a professional level, but also at a personal level. I'm very excited to expand my comfort zone, to manage my own time, to be more independent, to enjoy the opportunities that arise genuinely, to invest in projects that are so dear to me, to experiment things. For instance, it was the first time I did hair locks. They are very discreet. They are copper, but along with the bangs, I think this transformation kind of exteriorizes the mood I have for this year. And yeah, I'm very happy I took this decision and I didn't push myself towards a step I was not ready to take. My camera ran out of battery again, but I just had to come here and thank you so much for listening. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and feel free to subscribe if you're interested in having follow-ups of this non-conventional gap year. See you on my next video. Bye!